Well, are you too busy to do busy work? Well, hire someone. Millions of Americans now have assistants working for them. And Early Show consumer correspondent Susan Kopen is here to tell us how they did it. Good morning.
Good morning, Julie. Well, they're doing it by outsourcing to places like India. And the idea is so popular, when I hired an assistant in Bangalore for the story, I was put on a waiting list. When P. Diddy wanted an assistant, he turned to the internet, posting the job
What's up, y'all?
on YouTube.
I need an assistant. If you're the one, I want you.
And it's on the internet where even average Americans,
This is upstairs.
like Brian and Giselle Peepgrass, are finding good help. This couple needed help with their wedding.
Everything still had to be done. There was like a list of 1,000 things. And so we're like, okay, well, how about we try outsourcing the wedding planning?
Brian was living in San Diego, Giselle was in Phoenix, the wedding was in Milwaukee, and they hired an assistant all the way in India, who helped the couple find a photographer, book the transportation, and negotiate a deal at the hotel for wedding guests. Brian and Giselle estimate they spent about $300 on their assistant, a fraction of what it would cost if they hired a wedding planner in the United States.
I would say that I was skeptical in handing them the task at first, because of course you're sort of like, oh, this is the wedding, and what if they don't do it right?
Nice smiles. We had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was great.
When did you start outsourcing?
I started about 3 years ago, and I've been doing it ever since.
A.J. Jacobs hired a team of assistants in India to do everything for him, from the reasonable
They read my emails, they answered my phone.
to the ridiculous.
I would say the best part, honestly, was when I outsourced my worry and had these people worrying for me.
Jacobs even had one of his assistants read bedtime stories over the phone to his son.
It worked. He quieted it down. The outsourcer had a very soothing, lilting tone of voice.
Traditionally, you associate outsourcing with Fortune 500 companies, but the reality is now with technology, you can do personal outsourcing.
Business guru Tim Ferriss writes about outsourcing in his new book, The 4-Hour Workweek. He says everyone can outsource, from stay-at-home moms to busy executives. All you need is a phone or a computer, so you can communicate the jobs you'd like done by your assistant, located anywhere in the world.
If you wanted someone to do travel planning, so you say, this is my budget, this is what I'm looking for, rather than spending 30 hours of your own time, you could assign it to a group of people in Croatia or Estonia at 9 p.m. before you go to bed and have it in your inbox at 9 a.m.
At websites like elance.com, you can post your task, everything from writing a resume to creating a website, and people bid on the job. Sites like getfriday.com let you hire a personal assistant on an hourly or monthly basis. But hiring someone in a different country to do your work for you can have its pitfalls.
I made a drugstore order through my outsourcers, and I asked for wax paper, and they got wax paper mustache remover for women, and my wife was a little insulted.
And as for the cost, prices can range from $5 to $20 an hour, and it all depends on the type of job and where you hire your assistant, Julie.
All right, tell me about the assistant you hired.
Shanaz. Her name is Shanaz,
Okay.
and she's in India. She's college educated, and I got her on the website getfriday.com, and she's costing $12 an hour.
And what did she do for you, and did you like it?
She found diapers online for me. She rented a car for me. I'm having her right now update my address book, so she's contacting all my friends and family to get all of their addresses, you know, as I'm sending out Christmas cards this holiday. So I'm getting lots of emails and calls from friends saying, you have a personal assistant? What is this? Is this a scam?
But then you have to trust this person with a lot of personal information.
Yeah, you have to give up some control. You have to give up, my credit card information so they can bill me, and also trust that they're going to do the job the way you want it done, which for me is a little difficult. A little bit of a perfectionist.
All right, Susan Kopen, thanks so much.